Hey, I'm simfamous and we are live with some Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And we're going to be flying the gunman or grunman, whatever it is, the Goose. This big old bird right here. Man, we're out here, we're like, I don't know, outside of Willow, California. We're going to fly over to Alcatraz. We're here at, we're going to say this is our repair shop here. We did some work on this bird, rebuilt the engines or something like that. It's kind of going to be the gist of it. But in the meantime, let me get up the old YouTube channel so I can get the monitor up so I can say hi. Do our sound check. 127, yeah, it's working. We got John Cleveland says, hey, I'm first. What's happening? Shout out to John for being number one. Number one. We're going to do a little walk around the bird here in a minute. We're going to let the YouTube channel algorithm do its thing and algorithm for a minute so everybody can pop in. That might want to go do some flying with us today. But we're here in Antelope Valley Airport, private airport out here, just about 10 miles outside of Williams, California. We have live weather. It is a hot, sunshiny day out here in the desert. John says, how you doing, Sim? Doing good, man. Excited to go for a flight today. Looking forward to taking the bird down to Alcatraz, down into San Francisco land out on the water. Do a little sightseeing, a little unofficial sightseeing, if you will. And we're going to take this bird from Cold State too. We're going to jump in it and turn some switches and knobs and make it go boom boom and see if we can go flying, because I'm not a pilot, but we're going to pretend to be one today. That's the idea. So basically, yeah, the gist is we're going to pretend that we're going to ferry this plane over to Alcatraz, kind of take a little trip, check it out. We're pretending we rebuilt the engines or something, you know what I mean? When we're not driving trucks, we're working on airplanes and something. It's kind of what I was thinking. We got Carlos with Hey Sim Famous. We got Metro Master with Hey Sim and chat. How you all doing? What's happening, Carlos? What's happening? Metro Master. Today we are pilots. Oh man. And can I mention, it is so good to be back streaming now. Woo! It was a busy 40 days off. You know what I mean? It was a busy 40 days. But we back at it now. Look at that bird. Can you believe we're going to fly this down to Alcatraz, do some sightseeing, land in the water? Maybe even do the return flight back. Who knows? So what's new with everybody? What's happening? How's the families? How's everybody? And have you ate any good pizza anywhere? Let a dude know. Let a dude know. Well, let's go ahead and go for a little walk around the plane. Metro Mattress says, are those guns on top of the engine cowlings? Oh, no. Actually, those are, I believe, mufflers. Which this plane is quite loud. Look at this bird, y'all. Man, Flight Simulator is just getting amazing. Let's go for a little walk around. And you know what's really cool is the more we fly this plane today, the more we land, the dirtier it will get. Do you guys know that? It is super, super cool. So basically what we're going to do is we're pretending that we You know, we're not driving a truck today, so we're pretending that on our off time we do some rebuilding of engines. So we're gonna pretend that we rebuilt these engines here on this bird, and we're gonna take it down to Alcatraz, do a little sightseeing, test it out, make sure we did a good job, and then you know, fly it back. That's going to be the idea of it. You know what I mean? So as a mechanic and a pilot, which I'm not, but I'm pretending to be today, we're gonna have some fun with that. So let's begin a little bit of a walk around here. Carlos says, if you ever get out to Oregon, drop in McMinnville. The Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum is where the Spruce Goose, the H-4 Hercules, is housed there. Nice! I'll have to check that out. And the Metro Master says, sounds good. Let's take a look. Everything looks solid under here. We are going to be landing on water today. So we're going to be testing our water skills. We're going to do a test land on water before we get down to Alcatraz too. There's a big lake on the way. So let's take a look at the wing over this way. Everything looks good. Looks good. Let's go back here and take a look. Crouch down. Don't hit our heads. All looking good there. Let's see. See nothing out of place out of the top of the plane. All the tires look good. Let's double check here. Everything's looking solid. Let's jump in the bird. All right. Welcome to inside the Goose. Got a bathroom. Got a nice place to sit there and relax in the flight. John Clem says, do you know when you'll be back on ATS? Because I want to hear that Jake break. We'll probably be doing ATS probably tomorrow. Everything looks good in here. There's our coffee holders because, you know, got to stay caffeinated. And up here, welcome to the cockpit, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the magic happens. Woo! Today, we are going to be pilots. Man, oh man. Alright, let's get over here in our seats, shall we? And we'll go ahead and have a little sit down. Let's see, first let's take a look up here, make sure everything's good there. We'll pull up our pants. You know, you got to stand up, pull up your pants one more time before you sit down. Yep, there we go. Okay, alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to simfamous Air Repair. He said air repair. He said air repair. That's stupid. I don't know what I'm saying. Don't know what I'm saying. Chat, don't let me forget to shut the door here before we take off, okay? Now, what we're going to do is the runway is out to our left here. We're just going to start up one engine. We're going to taxi with one engine, and then we'll start up the number one engine when we get out to the runway. You know, for something different. Why not? You know what I mean? So let's go ahead, and I think we need to get our fuel situated here. Bear with me. I'm not a pilot. So I'll zoom in on this so you can see what we're doing. We're going to go right engine. So this is cutoff valves. We're going to turn that to on. Okay, and we're going to turn our main fuel valve on. We're going to check our propeller levers. Look good there. we're going to go ahead and get, we're going to scoot over this way so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to get our right ignition on. We're going to go ahead and crank on our battery generator. We're going to hear, kind of hear like the fuel pumps and everything start to kick on. Sounds good. Okay. This looks good there. Let me scoot back over to the seat. Go ahead. Prime everything one time. Looking good. Alright. Let's go ahead and put our propeller speed up. Actually, let's go ahead and bring it down. We're going to crack the throttle a little bit. Okay, I believe we're clear prop. We're going to start engine number 2. I think we're good to start engine 2. Let's see. This is our starter button right here. Let's see if she fires up. Oh. Okay, let's check our RPMs. Everything looking good there. I'll run it up a little bit. Alright, bring it back down. Alright, let's go ahead and get our lights on. So we're over here. We're going to get our nav light, our beacon light, receptacle light. Oh, that doesn't do anything. Pilot tube. Landing light's not on yet. Remind me to put that on before we take off, because we're just going to be taxiing right now at the moment. Alright, so I'll let engine 1 warm up, or I'm sorry, engine 2. Let's bring up our flight planner. Let's get this going. Okay. Let's let that pull up our route here in a second. So we're flying the Grumman G21A Goose by Microsoft AnyBuilds. Alright. So we're going to be taken out of Antelope Valley. John Cleveland says, make sure you have enough fuel. Oh, good point. Where are we at on fuel? Is the batteries not on? The fuel is not, doesn't look like it's reading right. Okay, yeah, it looks like we got about half a tank of fuel right now. If we need more, we'll make a stop along the way. Alright, so our flight plan, we are set up. We are headed out to Alcatraz. And remember, we're not a pilot, and we're going to pretend we don't have a pilot license here in real life, and we're just kind of flying under the radar, if you will. Oh boy. Don't tell. No tell, motel. Alright, so it looks like, and depart the runway. Put that out there. Move that out of the way. Okay. One more time. We'll check that. Looking good. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining, I'm simfamous. We got engine 1 started. We'll taxi with engine 1 out to the runway, which is just, well, I mean, it's literally just right here. Well, there's 2 runways. There's one right here off to our left, and there's one if we take the road all the way around to our left. Which runway would you guys like to take off of? I think this one here would be good, but we could taxi on the way around, so we could taxi on one engine. Alright, so we're looking good there. Let's go ahead and bring our flaps down to 30. Fabulous. Alright, brakes coming off. Flight control checks. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. We're good. The beautiful wifey says, hello, simfamous. How are you doing? Doing good. Just about to finish up our pre-checks and head over to Alcatraz today. Here in the old airplane. All right, we'll do the long taxi. I get it. It'd be kind of fun to taxi on one engine. Why are we taxiing on one engine? Save that fuel, man. Oh, listen to that engine. Woo. Alright, let's give it a little more power. We just got one engine going. We'll start engine number 1 when we get down to the runway, okay? Saving fuel right now. It's taxiing with one engine. Alright, here we go. Helen says, woof woof, that's right. We got 4 dogs on board with us here. Max, Tucker, Sarah, and we call her Tongues, because she's always licking everything. Helen says, it's 118 in Arizona today. Oh, it is super hot today. That's why we're going flying. We're going down to Alcatraz. The man on the water. Take you to the outside, let you see our ride today. He said, keep in mind we are taxiing with just one engine. We'll start engine number 1 once we get down here to the runway. We'll fire that bad boy up. Alright, let's go through our checklist here. We've got fuel set. We've got, yeah, fuel set, we're looking good there. Oil pressure's looking good. Taxi lights are on. Fire extinguisher check. Flaps check. This plane does not have autopilot, so we have to hand fly this the whole way, which makes it kind of cool. Puts it hands on, you know. Here's our runway we're getting ready to take off from. We'll do a circle around the airport here so you guys can see this spot here. Antelope Valley. If anybody wants to look up and see what the current weather is for Antelope Valley Airport, in California. Alright, we're right here next to the road. Let's get out here on the runway. Okay, we'll line up on the runway. Okay, looking good there. Alright, brakes are set. Let's get ready to fire up engine number 2. Engine on. Let's get our ignition on. Fire in the hole. Let's get over here where you can see. Let's press the button right here. Good start on engine 1. RPM's good. All right. Everything's looking good there. Okay, okay. Oh. Let me shut the door. You guys didn't remind me. Alright, door is shut. Landing takeoff lights coming on now. Also remind me to lock the tail wheel once we get up in the air. Okay, one more check outside. Flaps are set. Right, I think we'll be ready. Should be good there. Little windy. So let's scoot up a little bit in our seat, a little over. All right. Whew. I think we're ready, chat. Let me pull up my flight plan here a little bit. Alright, we just got to go straight out of here. Head straight. Looks good. Okay. Straight out of here to Alcatraz. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get out here and get airborne. And we'll fly back around Antelope Valley Airport, let you see it here, and then we'll head towards Alcatraz. Alright. Oh, man, buckle up. Oh, let me get a drink of energy drink here. Woo! We got 2 stops coming up. We're going to land over the lake, test out our landing skills before we get over to Alcatraz. Alright. Brakes coming off. Power up 40. Starting to roll. Full takeoff power set. Here we go. Airspeed is alive. Rotate. Positive rate gear up. Alright, let's bring our power back. We're redlining. Gear coming up. Oh, sorry, flaps up. Alright, we're gonna make our turn. Helen says fly with the door open. Alright, it's going to be a little loud till we get up here and we get leveled off. I'll bring the engines down. But it's loud in real life, so here we go. Let's make our turn. Fly back over the airport. Looking good. Might bring power down. All right, and we'll take you back by the airport we just flew out of. Let's see that, and then we're gonna make our turn, head towards Alcatraz. And that's where we just left from, right there, Antelope Valley. All right, we'll make our turn. Watch our speed. Watching our speed, looking good. Take it to the outside. And just like that, they're headed to Alcatraz in the Goose. All right, back to the inside we go. Nice, what a view. What a view. All right, pull up our map, make sure we're kind of headed on track, looking good. Go ahead and bring our power back. Just cruise. All right, chat. We flying. Okay, everything's looking good there. Temperatures are good. The green flaps are up. Cruising about 120 knots. Helen says, "Who is the co-pilot today?" Is Tongues. We have her over here today. She's in the co-pilot seat. She's asleep. And then as far as who's the pilot is, well, that's me. Flap controls up. See, how do I go over? Well, I go to one more view, right? Nope. Oh yeah, there it is. Tail wheel. I'll go ahead and lock that. Remind me to unlock that right before we land. Helen said she will bark. Yeah, she will for sure. Man, what a beautiful view. We are real time, real weather. So it is bright, sunshiny. What is the current time in Alcatraz in San Francisco? Can somebody let me know what that is? Current time. At Alcatraz. Alright, sorry, I was moving the map around. It made the screen freeze. Alright, go ahead and slowly make our way up in altitude just a little bit more. Helen says it's currently 2:45 p.m. Same time zone as Arizona, Helen says. Well, thank you there, beautiful wifey. You're a fantastic co-pilot today. Man, this is a cool old plane to be flying. So I was thinking about doing like a test landing right here at this lake. Just checking out the water landing skills. But we'll see. Might give it a test. Might give it a test. Man, look at that view, right? Can we get a like for the view today? Just cruising over the mountains, man. And we got to hand fly the plane the whole way. There's no autopilot on this bird. Headed to Alcatraz. It's pretty cool, man, now with the simulators that just the other day I was a truck driver. Today I'm a pilot. It's so awesome. Love the sim world, man. You know what I mean? What are you guys gonna be today in your sim world? Helen says, any snacks on board? Yeah, we got a 12-pack of bologna and a case of probably Miller Lite or something. It's probably warm. It's probably warm. It's a budget flight, you know. Man, what a view. Yeah, and so basically we're pretending like we're a mechanic, like we rebuilt these engines, you know, so we're flying them, testing it out, you know. Metro Master says, I was doing city bus manager earlier, so I guess bus dispatcher. Nice. testing out my my lean enriched mixture. A little too much. It works. All right, just doing a little test as a mechanic test, you know. He said doing a mechanic test. Just doing mechanic stuff. We got setting about 2,000 RPM. Or no, I'm sorry, 1,800. Just cruising right along, man. Take it to the outside. MetroMaster says, does this airplane have pitch control for the props? It does have, it's got propeller decrease and increase. All right, I see the lake where we're going to do our test landing here on the water. You guys want to do a test landing on the water before we get to Alcatraz? MetroMaster says, oh yeah. Inside or outside view? All right, I see the lake dead ahead. All right, chat, here's our first test landing, a water landing here, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Testing this bird out. Will it float? Go ahead and pull our power back. Make our way down in some altitude here. Man, it's a hot day out here. You can just tell, like, in the video game it's hot. Redneck Hero says, the good old goose. MetroMaster says you can do a touch and go to not lose time. Ooh, a touch and go for the water? Ooh. That could be kind of neat. Like do it from the outside, watch it splash, power up. That might be cool. That might be cool. You get the view set for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying simfamous Air. We're going to do a little touch and go here. I wish I'd got the name of this lake. I'm a terrible, terrible pilot. But hey, we'll get you there safe and sound, possibly. We'll see. Easy. Let's go ahead and get our flaps down to 30. Flaps deployed. Alright, looking good. If you just joined the stream, we're getting ready to do a touch and go here on the lake. Then we're headed down to Alcatraz. Left out of Antelope Valley. Helen says touch and go. Helen says it will float. Thanks for the idea for the touch and go there, Metro Master. Redneck Hero says there's 8 people watching and only 2 likes. Come on, make sure to hit that like button. Hey, that would be a solid. Alright, we're still going down in altitude, looking good. Making good time, looking good. I'll see if we can just skim the top of the water, Chad. What do you say? I mean, just the top of it. Speed's looking good, 100 knots in. Metro mattresses, yeah. Here we go. The suspense. The suspense. Touch and go on the water, baby. All right. Hands on the throttle. Full flaps. Jezebel says, what's up, Brother Sid? What's happening? What's happening? We're getting ready to do a touch and go here on the water. Before we head over to Alcatraz, do some sightseeing. I'm just going to try to skim right above it. Here we go, chat. Easy. Easy. Oh, there we go. How about one more time? One more time. Full power. Flaps coming up. Now let's see. Can we skim it just on the top for a hot minute? Full power skim. Full power. Full power. Full power. Oh! Down the... Just right on low, baby. Look at that. Barely on top of the water. Man. Let's take it right through this opening here. Hold on. There we go. A little low flying here over the water. Oh yeah, that's what's up. Hold it. Nice and low through here, skim it a little bit. All right, let's break off and get back on course. Head over to Alcatraz. Wide open, here we go. See if we can skim the top of this hill here. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, chat. Hold the speed, hold the speed. Whew, and we're up. All right, let's get our map up, get ourselves back on course. Man. What a challenge that was, right? Pull our speed back down. Metro Master says 100, 100, 100. Helen says, everyone, let's show some love and coolness to simfamous and bravo and clapping. Man, I got the most awesome wifey in the world, don't I? Alright, chat, next stop, the one, the only, the Alcatraz. We're probably going to see the Golden Gate Bridge as well while we're there in San Fran. Once again, I'd like to thank you for flying simfamous Air and Repair, because that's what we're pretending we are a repairman today. And we're taking this little plane on a nice little flight, enjoying the views of beautiful California. Man, is this real life? I swear this is real life. Just amazing how awesome this simulator is looking. Metro Mesh says, this scenery rocks, right? Isn't this such a nice little flight? You start out in the desert area and you go through all that type of scene, and then you got those, I'm guessing some, what's that? Probably a winery down here. Yeah, that has to be a winery, right? Look at that. Lakes. Gonna be the ocean view coming up. Such a fantastic simulator, like American Truck Simulator. They're all so good, you know. What's the weather and temperature looking like in San Francisco? That's going to be our next stop here, ladies and gentlemen, on our tour. We're headed down to Alcatraz. Left out of, what is it, Antelope Valley Airport. Flying the Goose. And then we're going to take the trip back to our house there in Antelope Valley. Go down here to take a look at Alcatraz, the Golden Gate Bridge, fly around. Then we'll head back to the house. See what the sights are that way. Metro Master says, I like how the throttles shiver a little because of the engine vibration. That's great detailing. Yeah, it makes it fun, right? Those little details like that. We are also on the beta for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 right now too. We're testing out the beta as well. Take it to the outside. I mean, is that not real life down there below you? Look at that. Hot summer day in California. Flying the Goose to Alcatraz. Make sure to hit that like button for us too. We'll fly around Alcatraz, and then we'll try to land right down there next to it, float up to her. Helen says, huge light. Nice. We'll also do some sightseeing while we're out here in San Fran before we head back. Get a little turbulence here. Starting to rock us around, that's all right. We could even fly down the coast and head down to Catalina wine mixer. This would be a crazy plane to try to land down there at the small airport, but possible for sure. All right, looks like we're on track. John Cleveland says, love the view of the city of California. Man, I tell you what, the simulator is so nice. I mean, today is probably one of the first days where this has been the most playable it's been for me in years. With just everything working as of right now, as far as the graphics, you know, little things like that, because the game's so new. A little turbulence here as we head over. But man, what a nice flying plane we got here. Let me pull up our map, get eyes on things here. Alright, just keep going straight. We're on course, chat. We're on course, doing good. Man. Oh, and the plane gets dirtier as we fly around, too. John Cleveland says, I wonder what the view would look like from a helicopter. Oh, it'd be nice to explore on a helicopter. That's for sure. I bet we could fly under the Golden Gate Bridge, too. Man, look at that down there. It's just so awesome. I like this plane, too, because I feel like I'm Indiana Jones or something. It just reminds me of one of those planes. Metro Master says, I wish the trucks would get dirty in ATS and ETS, too. Agreed. I think that'd be a cool addition. Man, it's just so awesome to get out here and fly around and explore now because the game is looking so good. I mean, just look at this. If you looked real quick, you'd think he was really in a plane. Metro Mattress says, yeah, do a fly under a bridge. Alright, we'll do a sightseeing under the bridge. John Cleveland says, have you used a commercial plane? I haven't streamed with like the A320s or nothing like that. I like the general aviation planes a little better. I want to land this bird over in some jungle, like jungle rivers and stuff. That'd be cool. Tight landings in between trees. Alright, we're about to be over the water. Check our fuel, see where we're at. We're good. What a trip this would be to fly in real life, though, man. Such an old plane. All right, we're looking good. What a fun plane, man. Helen says, can we have a nap time? I guess so. Oh, I could use a nap time. I see what you're saying. Let me open the door. Go back there, head back to bed. There's a couch back there. Metro Master says, when I was in, I used to like the C-130s KW900 in the air. Oh, the KW900 of the air. Nice. I was trying to read and drink at the same time. Metro Mattress says virtual airline. Oh, when I was in a virtual airline, I used the C-130 Hercules. That's a cool plane. I wish this particular model had autopilot. That'd be kind of cool. But I think there's like an upgraded version you can get, which is kind of neat. All right, we've been cleared down to a lower altitude here as we head into Alcatraz. Appreciate you flying the simfamous tour to wherever. He said the tour to wherever. Just about down to 2,000 feet above sea level here. Helen says, I can't talk. Says, how about flying to New York next time? That'd be fun, huh? Okay, I can see Alcatraz out in the distance. Metro Mattress says, yep, come on up and visit with the Metro, right? Helen says, or a long flight to Seoul. What a cool plane to fly, man. Just the versatility. Don't know if that's a word, but it is today. Just to be able to land on water and land is fantastic. Metro Master says, and stop off for some Korean barbecue. There you go. We're going to do a fly round of Alcatraz, and then we're going to fly over to the Golden Gate Bridge under it, and then we're going to fly back to Alcatraz, see if we can land next to it and float up, then take off, and then head back to Antelope Valley. Let's get ready to do a fly around here. Looking good, looking good. Make our turn. Alcatraz to our left. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only. The legendary Alcatraz. That's so awesome. We'll buzz Alcatraz as we go by. Ha ha ha. Hey, here we go. Let's see if we can fly under this Golden Gate Bridge here. It's gonna be crazy. Helen says, Sim, you should do a long flight to Chile to Korea one day. That would be crazy, right? Maybe this weekend I'll do a real long flight. I gotta get supplies. I need supplies. And you know what type of supplies I need. Alright, here comes the bridge. Here we go, Metro Master. Full power. Underneath the bridge, above the sailboat, scaring rich people to death. Ha ha ha! Flying under the Golden Gate Bridge, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Alright, pull our power down. Sarah says hello. Hello, Sarah. Thanks for commenting. Welcome to the channel. Helen says awesome. Metro Master comes in with a big 100s. Let's see. We can fly across the top. Let's make the full turn to go over here. Sarah says, my in real life longest flight was from San Francisco. Nice. That'd be a cool place to land, right down there next to the bridge. Let's do a little flight over the island right here. Do a little sightseeing before we head down and float it up by Alcatraz. Man, this is so awesome. Sarah says 14 hours. That would be a long flight. That's like flying from here to Korea. Man, San Francisco is looking fantastic. All right, let's take you back to the inside. Hold on, everybody. Hold on, we're going to take you for a nice little tourist flight here. Easy. Full power. Got the beautiful bridge right in front of us. We'll fly the length of the bridge. Heck yeah. Look at this, chat. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's take a flight over the city and let's float her down to Alcatraz before we take her home. Man, what a view. The town's got everything, right? Ocean out that way. Should we land down by the beach? I've never landed by the beach before. What is this thing over here? Check this out when we fly by it, chap. What's that? Antennas? Nice. All right, let's see. Alcatraz is the other direction. Hot day over San Fran, man. Hot day over San Fran. Interstate's looking busy. I see another bridge we gotta fly under. We'll see if we can land right in between those two, or fly right between those two, looks like barge ships, maybe? Is this real life? This looks like real life right now. It's just getting too real. Can we get a like for the realness? Man, it's so awesome. Alright, make our way down here in altitude. Metro Master comes in with the thumbs up as well. Man, San Fran. Right out there. Woo. All right, here comes another bridge. Easy. Man, look at that, chap. Just awesomeness. All right. Next stop, beautiful Alcatraz. Metro Master says, "You the man." Hey, appreciate it. Man, appreciate it. Bring it down for a landing. Easy. We're down. Ooh, water's a little rough. A little bouncy out here in the bay. Alright, see if we can get right up next to Alcatraz here. This is so awesome, Chad. I've never done this before. This is cool. Helen says seasick. Boy, it is choppy out here. But look at that view, right? That's so awesome. I don't know if there's like a dock area for Alcatraz or not. I'm sure there is. I mean, they gotta have deliveries, right? Get our flaps back up. MetroMaster, they textured the heck out of that water. Look at the wake, right? And it's such a fantastic game now. We're just floating right around Alcatraz here. I'm gonna see if there's like a spot you can sort of pull up to. Whoa. Getting a little fast. Just let it chop, let it chop. Looks like there's a dock over here. The dock, I'm gonna pretend that's like a docking area. Alright, so in order to make this thing turn, let's go way out here. Man, what a view. So I think we got to have it up to a little more speed to be able to turn it. There we go, we're turning, we're turning. Make our way around this direction. I love it. See if there's any docks on this side, you know, since we're checking it out. I've never been here before, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think the back is where they do all the deliveries, so to speak. Keep going around this way. Looks like the spot you could walk up there back in the day. The Simulation Man says, ho, ho, ho. Hey, Simulation Man, how's it going? Well, that is Alcatraz. Man, this thing gets up and goes, doesn't it? Alright, let's kill the engines. Kill the engines, and we'll go back to the inside. Simulation says, not too bad. Down in California, waiting to drop off my load. Nice. Hope you're feeling good. Take a look out the window. Just pretend we're sitting here cruising for a minute. Oh, nice little break, man. Sitting back here in the boat. Alcatraz out one side. Beautiful water on the other side. Man, how relaxing, right? Man, what a fantastic day of flying. All right, man. Let's see. Thing looks pretty good here. Fire extinguisher's there. All right, let's fire it up. Let's see, let's go over here. Put this back in. One more. Is the battery still on, right? Good there. Fuel still on. Engine still on. We're good there. All that's looking good. What? She won't fire? What's going on here? Everything's checked. That's good. That's good. That's good. Feels good, right? You turn back everything back on, reset it. That's on, that's on. She should be ready to fire. Oh no, what is happening here, chat? Did our engine rebuild not go so well? I mean, seriously, I can't roleplay that that I rebuilt the engine at the shop and we're going to fly it down here, and then I get back here and she won't fire up. I mean, we just shut it down for a minute. I mean, it should be firing right there. Oh, Lord. Chat, this is not good. We may be stuck. What if we're stuck? Oh boy. Let's see. Well, is she gonna fire? She don't want to fire. It's like it's dead completely. Like the batteries are toast. That's crazy. Well, chat, I guess we're gonna have to call the team to come out and pick us up. Our role playing that we rebuilt the engines at our shop sort of worked and didn't work at the same time. Ellen says, out of gas? No, we got fuel. It's like it's not getting power. Oh boy. Well, there you go, chat. There you go. It looks like our engine rebuild is to be continued. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. That's where I'm going to end this live stream from now. We were going to fly back home, but apparently I can't get her to start back up once you turn it off. So that being said, that's where we're going to get out of here. Welcome to Alcatraz. This is where we live now. So, that being said, I'm going to mosey over to the back. Might as well take you a seat and wait on the boat to get here to pick us up. We'll just sit here and look out the window. Well, everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow with some American Truck Simulator and maybe some Flight Simulator. But tomorrow could be date night as well, so I may not be here. We'll see. Don't really know yet. But everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Later.